Hello, hello, and welcome to the Daily Crossword Live. This is the show where we solve one of Arkadium's crossword puzzles together. My name is Jack, and I will be guiding us through this puzzle, but it's always the most fun the more collaborative it is. So you should be able to see the clues toward the middle of your screen here. And if you ever think you know an answer, pop it into chat. I will try to keep up with everybody's ideas and really make this a crowdsourced solve. And if you see this crossword and wonder, hey, how do I solve that on my own? Then I encourage you to check out Arkadium.com. That's where all these crossword puzzles are from. Sorry, I'm getting a. It seems like are we live on Instagram? I see myself and I see some people joining. Bonastasio joined on Instagram, so I think we might be live. Um, all right. And hello, Evie on TikTok. Sorry, still setting up here. Emery's here as well. Welcome everybody. And let's see. Yeah, I was saying check out Arkadium. If you don't know what Arkadium is, Ollie's already put in an answer in chat. I love Ollie came to play. Um, and also follow us wherever you're watching right now. Follow Arkadium. We do this show, the Daily Crossword Live, every day. And you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss out on new games that Arkadium announces. There's lots of good stuff over there, and I'm also going to put some tunes on, some background music. All right, nice. Okay, so I think Ollie already put an answer into chat. Hi, Mila. Hi, Erica. Snicks and Coco. And Bonastasio is on Instagram. Awesome. Okay, so today's puzzle, let's see. Today's puzzle is called From A to Z, and it's by Fred Piskup. So from A to Z, I guess we'll find out what that means pretty soon. And yeah, everyone has been telling me already that restaurant bill is a tab. I like that. Yeah, 3 letters for restaurant bill. Tab seems pretty right. What else do we have? Kyog, is that how you would pronounce this? Plan alternative. I feel like I've seen this before, but I'm not 100% sure what this is. Do people know what this is? Let me know. Let's look at these other short ones. I love when there's a stack of short answers in a section because I feel like, I don't know, it makes it easier to chip away at it. She11 iBean says IRA. Is a Kyog like a retirement plan? Is that the idea? Because I know an IRA is a retirement plan. Yeah, and then Erica and Ollie on TikTok are telling me that it's Britain's Isle of Man. That looks great. All right, we're cruising already. Should we check some of these downs? Devices that count down. Okay. 2 down is where the ark landed. Presumably this is Noah's Ark in the Bible. Anyone know where... Shelly Bean. Oh, I mispronounced. I was reading the numbers instead of in the IRA. Oh, like the party in Ireland. Oh, okay, I see. This is IRA, like Northern Ireland and Ireland. I see. It's not the retirement plan. Wow, crosswords teach me a lot. Devices that count down, yes, are timers. There's an optional timer on Arkadium's crossword puzzles where you can see how much time you've taken. Somehow the ticking clock makes me nervous, so I turn it off for these streams. I prefer a leisurely pace, but some people like to speed solve, and then the timer is motivating for them. It's just a little toggle you can set in the settings. Sergey tells me that Noah's Ark landed on Ararat. That seems right to me. And what do we have here? A period of history. Yeah, that's kind of a gimme now that we have these letters. And the cross is a yellow-skinned fruit. Very nice. Talk angrily. Okay. Erica, first to the trigger, says era. A period of history is era. Yeah, that looks right to me. And then we have talk angrily and an unblinking look. Petunia says banana. Banana na na na. Yes, there are not that many nas. That many nas won't fit in the grid, but this many will. Yeah, and meanwhile, To talk angrily is to rant. Exactly. Rant and stare. SC13 on YouTube got rant. Nice work. That was a pretty smooth first section. I think people came to play. People came to solve a crossword today. I like that. Let's see. Airport shuttle. We have a TR starting an airport shuttle. And what's this little one? A 55 across student. Should we hunt down 55 across or... Yeah, why not? New Haven School. Okay. So we have a New Haven School. This is presumably New Haven, Connecticut. And 30 down is going to be a student from that school. But everyone knows that an airport shuttle is a tram. Yes, indeed. That looks good. Snicks and Coco guesses that the New Haven School is Yale. Might as well put that in, even though we're not at that section of the puzzle yet. Yeah, Yale is in New Haven. And anyone know what a student from Yale is called? Anyone know? I only know this from crossword puzzles. I would not have known this otherwise. But I've seen this show up from time to time in my puzzles. Let people mull that over. Yeah, Roshni Patel gets Eli. Yeah, they're called Eli. I don't actually know why, but I think Yale is sometimes referred to as Old Eli, and the students are called Eli's. Yeah, Roshni knew that. Petunia knew that. Yeah, crosswords taught me that. I know we have letters down here, but I kind of want to solve from top to bottom, so I'm tempted to go to this section first, if you'll indulge me. We have a door-knocking sound. Oh, people telling me Arizona, Alabama. What did I miss? Oh, 34 across. Rosa Parks' home state. Yeah, Alabama's looking good for that. Nice job. Alexander says knock knock, presumably for a door-knocking sound. Yeah, unfortunately, knock knock is 10 letters and we only have 3 for this slot. Or are you telling me a joke? Who's there? Knock knock, who's there? SC13 on YouTube is watching from Dublin, Ireland. Well, welcome. Yeah, people guessing rap for knock knock. I like that. I like that. Ooh. And if you're just joining us, we're solving one of Arkadium's crossword puzzles. I encourage you to go to Arkadium.com, and they have like a dozen different puzzles every single day. A dozen different crosswords alone every single day. But then they have a million other different puzzles, different games. It's a ton of fun over there, so I highly encourage you check it out. And if you enjoy these streams, then consider telling your friends. Share it. Follow us. All that good stuff. The more the merrier on the Daily Crossword Live. Terrible weather in Ireland. That's a shame to hear. Tire pressure measure. Yeah, people are saying PSI, pounds per square inch. It's like a measure of pressure of the air in your tire. Looks good. Roshni's coming from Boston. I lived in Boston for a long time. That's how you know your northeastern schools, maybe? Yeah, I lived in Boston for a long time, and I love that city. Absolutely love it. Ultimatum ender. Yeah, people are guessing else. Seems like with Milo says else with a question mark. I think this is right. I think an ultimatum is like, you do this or else. I think that's the idea in this clue. And 24 across, suffix for lion. What do we think? Suffix for lion. And 4 down is a historic immigration island. Okay. Just Emmy and Sue Parlor both guess S for a suffix for lion. Yeah, lioness. A lioness is the word for a female lion. I like that. And Snicks and Coco telling me that the historic immigration island is Ellis Island. Yes, that is super close to where I am right now. I live in Jersey City and can see the Statue of Liberty not so far from my apartment. Parts of Psyches, starting with an E. And this across is offer again on eBay, say. Okay. I would think that that would be like resell, but this L in Ellis Island contradicts that. So I'm not entirely sure. Relist, Shelly Bean says. Yeah, you list things on eBay. That's good. Okay, that makes me feel better. I was like, resell does not fit. Jack agrees, and I tend to trust people named Jack. 5 down, scram in westerns. Oh, I also think people were writing egos for parts of psyches. Yeah, that looks great. Egos. This puzzle's a good difficulty. It puts up a tiny bit of resistance, but not too much. You know, it folds gracefully when we all put our pressure on it. Scram in westerns. Get lost. Nice. Okay, a DC workplace monitor. Anyone know this one? And DC is abbreviated to just its letters, which tells me that this is going to be some abbreviation of letters, some organization that is, an acronym. And at 7, we have a wild guess. A wild guess. And maybe we might as well look at this really long one as well. So on and so forth. Okay. Any ideas for this? A lot of letters missing still. So on and so forth. Sue Parlor guesses, yeah, that OSHA is the DC workplace monitor. Yeah, I think this is a workplace safety group that monitors, factories and things to make sure that it's all up to standards. Debbie Groves on Facebook, welcome back. Says that stab is a wild guess. Yeah, I like that. You take a stab. It's funny, stab as a word, you could clue it different ways, and some of them are quite unpleasant. So I think wild guess is one of the more pleasant ways to write a clue for the word stab. Ooh, people are guessing all together for so on and so forth, but unfortunately I don't think it fits anymore if we're happy with the crosses that we have. Shelly Bean guesses all that jazz. I like that entry. All that jazz. Oh, I hope that's right. What a phrase. BPR Fact Play 2 on YouTube. Welcome. Southeast Asian cuisine. Hello, Jilly16. Hello, help us solve this crossword. Can't stand. We've got an A, B, and it's 5 letters. Anna writes Thai for the Southeast Asian cuisine. I love Thai food. I absolutely adore Thai food. I'm assuming I'm not the only one. SC13 also knew Thai. Yesterday, people had very strong opinions about Girl Scout cookies. Yesterday on stream, there was tons of chatter in chat about Girl Scout cookies. I think mostly non-American viewers think they're really weird. And I didn't really know that Girl Scout cookies are weird. I just think they're delicious. But people had very strong thoughts. Yeah, can't stand abhor. To abhor is to kind of hate or loathe. Girl Scout cookies are polarizing, apparently, says Anna. Yeah, I didn't know that, but I certainly learned that yesterday. I don't know if you were on yesterday's stream. College students' specialties. Yeah, majors. Majors. Yeah, some people write in major. Since the clue is plural, the answer is going to be plural as well. So college student specialties are majors. Nice work. Oh, and actually that confirms the J, I think, in all that jazz. So I think all that jazz is actually correct, which I'm very grateful for because it's a super fun phrase. We got 2 Z's over here, which you don't see every day in a crossword puzzle. Les Blanc, musical familiarly. This came up in yesterday's puzzle. It's one of my favorite musicals of all time. What do we think? User77 says, you were extra persnickety yesterday. I think I used the phrase extra persnickety, and I think I'm being roasted right now for it. Yeah, Les Mis. Yeah, Anna writes, I would have thought that this would be spelled with an S, not a Z. I do think it's typically spelled with an S, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it this way. So I'm not I'm not concerned just yet, but let's check the other Z and make sure it works. Any other Les Mis fans? Everyone has tons of opinions about Girl Scout cookies, but no opinions about Les Mis. Bugs Bunny's whirling adversary. Ooh, Erica was quick on that one. Taz, yeah, like Tasmanian Devil. Is his name just Taz, or is it short? I can't remember what that character's name is, but he's the spinning guy in the Bugs Bunny cartoons. That's pretty funny. This MT looks a little weird, though. Group in charge. Okay, but group is shortened. Snicks and Coco says nice use of Z, yeah. Fiona says I think we can go with Ms. I agree. Things are, we're not seeing glaring contradictions yet in this section. Things are mostly slotting together, so I'm feeling okay about the Z. Tasmanian Devil. And what's this? Et blank and others in Latin. Yeah, a couple people writing that Caleb management MGMT is short for management. So the group in charge of a company, say, is the management, and that's sometimes shortened to just MGMT. And we were clued into the shortened fact by the fact that group is shortened in the clue. Nice work, Caleb. Acer says that it's et alia. Yeah, sometimes use this on like academic papers. If you want to list a whole bunch of authors but not say every one of their names, you say, Smith et al. Or et alia. Yeah, et al. And et alia are related to each other. I'm not exactly sure how. It's possible that all is short for alia, but I'm actually not sure. If anyone knows their Latin, let me know. Most harshly bright. Okay, we have a bunch of letters, so it should be gettable. And 26 across. Arkadium asks, do you prefer easy, medium, or hard crosswords? I'm curious about that as well. This one is slotted at the medium difficulty. Yeah, people writing glariest. What a word. Not a word you use every day. Debbie Groves on Facebook writes glariest. I like it because it fits the, let's see. Yeah, Anna says medium. I want to be able to get there, but yeah, you don't want the easy ones to be too boring. Easy's too boring. And I think people have been shouting at me for ages that to stand up is arise. Yeah, sorry if I missed all your comments about arise. Everybody knew it. Glariest. Yeah, most harshly bright. Yeah, fits the most in the clue, Shelly Bean says. I agree. Because glaring is a more common word, but that doesn't really mean most harshly bright. And what do we have here? Blank canal, a Mideast shortcut. And paramedic initials. Paramedic initial. Oh, by the way, something just occurred to me. We were marveling at these Z's in All That Jazz. And remember, the title of today's puzzle is From A to Z. So the title is From A to Z. And this phrase, it starts with an A and ends in a Z. I think that's the idea. I think that's our theme today. All That Jazz. Which is kind of cool. I'm even trying to think right now of other phrases that begin with A and end in Z, and I'm coming up totally blank. But people are telling me that 27 down is the Suez Canal, which has a Z in the last slot, so I think my hunch is right. I think my hunch is right. That TZ looks bizarre, though, at 38. Yeah, meanwhile, paramedic initials are EMT, definitely. And checking the cross, fix firmly is to set. Yeah, seems plausible. Happy with that. Yeah, Weavis01 says 38 will probably go from A to Z as well. Yeah, exactly, because 38 is that long central answer. I'm not looking at it just yet. Maybe I will. Let's check it out. What's 38? Oh, a World War II naval leader. Uh-oh, I'm not that up on my World War II history, so I will definitely need some help from chat on this one, and if not, we'll chip away at it from crosses. And what's this one? Big sports venue. SC13 writes Coliseum. Cool. Coliseum. Is that how you usually spell a Coliseum? It's looking strange to me. Maybe the Coliseum in Rome is spelled differently, or maybe I'm just losing it. User77 has a bold guess for 38 across. Seems confident. Admiral Nimitz. That actually does sound familiar to me. I feel like I learned about Admiral Nimitz in history class. Admiral Nimitz, wow, and it is an A to Z. It is an A to Z phrase. Yeah, other people agreeing. Admiral Nimitz? We should all look up Admiral Nimitz after this. Yeah, what's going on with Coliseum? People are disturbed, and I kind of am as well. Let's check these crosses. Burned with hot water. 32 down is prefix for present. Okay. And 33 is not of the clergy. Any ideas for these 3 downs? Yeah, Erica writes scalded for burned with hot water. That's gotta be right. It's exactly what scalded means. And Jojo tells me that, yeah, omnipresent, like everywhere, all present. Ubiquitous is omnipresent, and omni is the prefix on the word present. Oh, Andrew says this isn't the same as my daily. This is called the Daily Medium Crossword. That's the one we're solving right now at Arkadium.com. So yeah, if you go to Arkadium, you'll see this puzzle there and a ton of others. If this is too easy for you, you can find hard puzzles there. If this is too hard for you, you can find easy puzzles there. Not to mention a million other games to occupy your attention. Under construction says laic for not of the clergy. It sort of means secular. Yeah, laic. Another word I only know from crossword puzzles, kind of like Eli, referring to Yale students. Laic means not of the clergy. I'm pronouncing it with 2 syllables. I actually don't know if that's true. Under construction is even telling me the French word for it. Are you watching from France? Dow Jones stats. Dow Jones stat. Oh, so actually, let's go back. I think Coliseum, we're all a little weirded out by this spelling, but all the crosses look perfect. I mean, I really have no complaints with any of these crosses. So I think it might just be an unusual spelling of Colosseum, or maybe the Colosseum is in Rome has a different spelling from the general term for a Colosseum. I don't know. If someone can get to the bottom of this, I am very curious. Dow Jones stats are indices. Oof, that would have taken me more crosses to get. Nice work, Shelly Bean and user77. Yeah, indices. What do we think of that? Makes illegal. Actually, I know what this is. We basically already have it. Rory J. Pryor says, looked it up, and apparently it's from different centuries. You're talking Colosseum? That the spelling is different in different centuries? Sue Parler says that is correctly spelled. Okay. I trust you guys. Yeah, makes illegal is bans. And Diva's delivery. With only 1 letter left. And I think we have at least 1 more A to Z phrase to discover. Admiral Nimitz, that's a wild entry, and all that jazz is very fun. So 1 more A to Z. Can anyone think of any A to Z phrases? I am coming up totally blank. SC13 says it's definitely spelled correctly. Maybe in the US you have an extra L in it or something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Diva's delivery is an aria. Classic crossword entry. Pete Guild on YouTube, nice work, aria. Alright, we're a little more than halfway done with this puzzle, and things are moving quite smoothly. Ooh, Alcatraz. C17 says Alcatraz is an A to Z word. I love that one. Really good. Yeah, Alcatraz. That would be a cool entry in this puzzle. Ready when you are. Exactly. Ready when you are. Chat is quick today. Smell blank. Be suspicious. Any ideas for this one? Jay Astor, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a minute. And web pop-ups. What do we think? If you're enjoying the Daily Crossword Live, consider sharing it with your friends. You can even click the share button right now wherever you're watching it and send it to someone who likes crosswords. And follow us wherever you're watching so that you don't miss a show. Web pop-ups are ads, yeah. Everyone agrees. Everyone is all too familiar with their ads. Ooh, electronic information bank is a database. Just Emmy got that. Nice job. What else do we have? Has anyone guessed for this? The weird entry. Very weird entry. Smell blank, be suspicious. And what's this long down? Unsnarl. Whoa. Unsnarl. Mighty Caro says a rat. Yeah, I think this is actually a two-word phrase. Smell a rat. Be suspicious. Like when you smell a rat, like I think that person's lying or is, has ulterior motives. I smell a rat. Exactly. Unsnarl. Dan says, are my messages coming through? They are, loud and clear. Sorry if I've missed some of your previous ones. Chat goes pretty quickly, and it is tough to read them all. People saying detangle for unsnarl. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, Just Emmy says, yeah, agrees with the smell a rat explanation. Detangle, I feel like there's a lot of strange, what do I want to say? Forms of words today. Like you hear the word snarl pretty often. You don't hear unsnarl that often. You hear the word glare pretty often, but not glariest. Even indices is less common than just index. No longer edible, Nicole. New stale, even before I saw the clue. Somehow Nicole is working some telepathy, or I must have flashed it on screen at some point. Sci-fi beings. Yeah, and what? Evie says I said it first. Sorry, I can't always credit the first person to get it. I know you're fast, Evie. Sci-fi beings are aliens, yes. Just Emmy says, lol, Evie got beef. We're all solving together. We're a family. It's not a competition. Physics Nobelist Bohr. Yeah, Jay Astor got that one quickly. It's Niels Bohr. Came up with one of the first models of the atom, right? Dan knew Niels Bohr as well. Just Emmy says with love you, Evie. Yeah. Good vibes only in chat. The Blank, UK network informally. I know yesterday we had a lot of people calling in from the UK, so I expect you guys to know this. Under construction says, yeah, a lot of people saying Beeb. B-E-E-B. And I think this is short for BBC. Yeah, the Beeb is BBC. If you put an I here, it's Justin Bieber. But that's not what they're going for today. Pete Guild's new Beeb as well. Are you calling in from the UK, Pete? Or do you just know your BBC? Evie says that it was her cousin that said she got it first. Didn't mean to beef. It's all good. We were just teasing. I like feeling avid and wanting your credit. You deserve it. Pottery oven. Jay Astor says, if the last line is A to Z starting to look like algebra. Wow, good eye. Should we check it? Okay, but before I check it, I should write kiln, which people are telling me is the pottery oven. Yeah, kiln. You make your clay pot and then you put it in the kiln to set, and that's what hardens it. I remember doing that in school in arts and crafts, but I haven't used a kiln in ages. Okay, and I might as well put apes in because that's what people are telling me. For 69 across, Tarzan's neighbors are apes. Yes. Ooh, user 77 guesses algebra quiz even before looking at the clue. What do we think? Surprise high school math test. Yes, algebra quiz looks perfect for that. Algebra quiz, a lovely A to Z entry. Not Alcatraz, which I liked as well, but algebra quiz, A to Z. Very fun. So we have all that jazz, Admiral Nimitz, and algebra quiz. Nice variety of A to Z phrases in today's puzzle. Love it. Good work. Just Emmy says, wow, user 77 is smart. I agree. And let's check these crosses. I think it's always good practice to check your crosses, make sure you haven't made an error somewhere. Letters preceding an alias, aka, yeah, also known as, and then you follow that up with whatever your nickname is, your alias. And what do we have here? Facial feature is a lip, certainly. Okay, things are looking good. This LR isn't looking good, though. This looks weird. But I think it works. Writer Hubbard, who remembers this? Writer Hubbard, and then 58 down is fill to excess. And this Q, ice cream amounts. Okay, a couple things to work on here. Shelley Bean was quick with L. Ron Hubbard. Yes, L. Ron Hubbard was a sci-fi writer who founded Scientology, I believe. It's L. Ron Hubbard, and people telling me that ice cream amounts are quarts. Yeah. Ooh, although there's conflicting spellings in chat, I think I'm going to go with Janet's, who writes QTS, which I think is short for quarts. Yeah, Jay Astier agrees. Nice work. And Shelley Bean, to fill to excess is sate. You know, I've noticed that the word sate in crosswords is always clued this way, fill to excess, like maximally full. I always think of the word sate as just being, you know, I'm satisfied, I'm good, not like I'm filled to excess. So I think I've been misusing the word sate because it's typically clued in this way. I've also apparently been misspelling the word Colosseum. Crosswords keep us sharp. Madison writes, nest for a hornet's home. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Shelley Bean says, I agree. Are you agreeing with me about sate? Or someone else in chat? Web-footed river mammals. Jay Astier says 67 across looks like Ottawa, but that was before seeing the clue. I like that you try to predict the answers. Otters. Yeah, Amanda Glut says, I agree with sate. Yeah, it seems like we all use sate to mean like, I'm good, but maybe that's not what the dictionary says. And what's this? Yeah, I didn't even appreciate web-footed river mammals are otters. It's very cute. I was on an Alaskan cruise last summer, and we saw a lot of otters floating around. They were so adorable. 64 down fraction. Okay, let's remind ourselves of 64 down is ice cream amounts. Okay, so this is going to be another unit of measure. Effa. Effa writes ounces. Yeah, OZS is short for ounces. Looks good. Looks really good. Pal of Pooh. This is probably Winnie the Pooh, I presume. And what do we have? To see, to Marie. Okay. Amanda Glut tells me that the Pal of Pooh is Roo. Yeah, this is the kangaroo in the Winnie the Pooh books, I believe, is named Roo. So that looks right to me. And then What else do we have here? To see, to Marie. So this is probably the verb to see in another language, I'm guessing. Ah, voir. Jay Astio writes voir. It's my language. Nice. Very nice. Yesterday's puzzle was very American leaning, so I'm glad to get some representation here today. Ah, the baby kangaroo is Roo and her mama is Kenga. That's cute. Ooh, Roman numerals. Roman numerals are always tough when they show up in crossword puzzles. Luckily we have a cross, and people tell me that a salad oil holder is a cruet. Cruet. And 52 is 605 in Roman numerals. So let's try to check this. Yeah, D is 500, C is 100, so you're adding those, and V is 5. So 500 plus 100 plus 5 is 605. That checks out. I think we're good. Jay Astor says, "Oh, that's right, you're Canadian." I'm not Canadian. Our other host, Amay, is Canadian. Is from Montreal, and she speaks French. I don't speak French, and I'm not Canadian. So on her streams, you should bond with her about your beautiful language. Yeah, Anna says, is D 500? Yeah, D in Roman numerals is 500, M is 1,000, so I think this is checking out. Chairman Mao says, how can I play this? You play this by going to Arkadium.com. This one is the daily medium crossword, but they have a ton of other crosswords if one is not enough to sate you. Go to Arkadium.com, and they have other games as well that I know you'll like. If you like crosswords, you'll definitely like the other stuff that they have going on there. And make sure you follow us wherever you're watching right now. Click subscribe, and you'll be notified of the next Daily Crossword Live. Was introduced to, yeah. Everyone telling me met. If you're introduced to someone, you meet them. That makes sense. Jinx just followed. Thanks, Jinx. Londoners! Exclamation. Okay. Londoners, it's your time to shine. What do you say? Amanda Glut says, I say. I'm not going to do a British accent on stream with everyone watching. Shelly Bean is writing it with a British accent. I can hear it when you write it. Everyone is. Everyone puts the exclamation, and I hear it the way it's intended. Sealed as a package. C17 says, no one in London says that. Yeah, that's good to know. Amanda says nobody uses it unless they're upper class. Okay, I didn't know that. Sealed as a package. Yeah, people like taped. I like it as well. Let's do the longs. Might as well. Blank Canal, Central American shortcut. Okay, that's good. I can only name a couple canals, and this is certainly one of them. Yeah, Effa, quick and gooey. Quick with Panama, the Panama Canal, exactly. And what do we have here at 49? Draw fourth. C17 says we're all far ruder in the UK than people think, with a monkey covering its eyes emoji. I don't think that's true. I think you guys are awfully polite. Illicit. To draw forth is to elicit, yeah. That's looking good. Nice work, Shelly and Amanda. And should we do crosses on this one? 0. With just one letter missing. Star pitcher. What do we have here? School near Harvard. Okay, we have 2 Northeastern schools in the grid today. Yale right up here. SAT ACT prep writes ace for star pitcher. Are you a tutor? Crossword puzzles are probably good for practicing the verbal section of the SAT. SC13 writes nil for 0. I like that as well. Nice, you're a tutor. I've done a little bit of SAT tutoring in my time, but it's been a little while. Particularly the math section for me, though. Yeah, everyone writing MIT is the school near Harvard. Exactly. We only have one letter left. And I don't know, I always slow down at this part because I don't want stream to end. Removed from an email and munched on. Yeah, everyone already knows it. It's going to be an E. Should we do a drum roll, see if we get the confetti? Here we go. Nice. Nice work, everybody. That was a very smooth solve from start to finish. Credit to you all. Credit to you all. And I like this theme. From A to Z is the title of the puzzle. We had phrases beginning with an A and ending in a Z. All that jazz. Admiral Nimitz and algebra quiz. Very fun. Very fun. People celebrating in chat. Yeah, stream ends, Effa. But we will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow at noon Eastern time. So do come back tomorrow. We'll have a fresh puzzle loaded up and hopefully the same good company. And in the meantime, tell your friends about us. Follow us wherever you're watching. And check out Arkadium.com to solve more crossword puzzles and play their other games. I hope you all have a lovely day. I'm going to sign off. Bye.